It has been, 0 days since the CEO of Disney has said something stupid. So let's go over why the Marvels flopped. But of course, the CEO isn't going to blame himself. He's going to blame others. So hold up a second. During investors' calls, if a film does good, the CEO takes all the credit for picking out the right project and pushing it through. But if it fails, then they offload it on something else, typically not themselves and dumb decision making, and then they just go, well, it's clearly the fault of X, Y, and Z. So Bob Iger addresses this recently, and he says that one of the major problems for the Marvels was the fact that it was shot during the pandemic. And he says, well, the film flopped because there wasn't as much supervision on set. There weren't as many people overlooking it to make sure that things get done on time and day by day to check in on them. And that this also hurt other films. Obviously, we don't know what he's referencing to, but probably Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny and Quantumania, which also flopped, but, were shot during the same time period. Now, to me, this is completely idiotic and doesn't make any sense. We can literally look at the cause and effect of Hollywood not paying writers and actors and not being able to have anybody do any press for any film, and the advertising money literally not going to advertising because, hey, advertisers, why should they pay to have more advertising when nobody is watching these things or going to theaters to see trailers or anything like that because they don't know what's coming out, or having ads plastered all over the place when nobody's paying attention because, you can't have these celebrities out there. So he deflects every dumb decision that every CEO made that tanked the last 8 months of box office onto we didn't have enough supervision on this film. Okay. Guardians 3 didn't have as much supervision as well. That went through all sorts of problems that were very well documented during the entire course of development. We know that the last season of Mando went through a couple of troublesome, turbulent things. And also, where the Marvel shot was very much in close proximity to another project they were shooting at the same time. Multiple. So, saying that there wasn't much supervision, what were you then doing when you scheduled 2 reshoots and had a month of changing the third act on top of well over a year of sitting on the shelf complete? Like, what? How are you not placing the blame? Obviously, I know why he's not placing the blame on himself, because CEO is going to deflect it, but literally, this doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, leadership was an issue because, well, Feige was stretched too thin, but that's not the only issue. There's a big issue that happened this year that involves the CEOs directly. That, coincidentally enough, he never mentions once during any recent interviews as a problem for profits, which it was.